Hi students, and welcome to the final English lesson. Today we're going to be talking about literature. Today we're going to be talking about the most important aspects in literature: the synopsis, the author, the characters, the setting, themes, and quotes. So the book that we're going to be talking about today is Beloved by Toni Morrison. Toni Morrison is a famous American novelist. She wrote the books Beloved, Song of the Soul Man, Tar Baby, The Bluest Eyes, and many more. She was a professor at Princeton University, and she won the Pulitzer Prize in 1987 for Beloved. She was born and raised in Lorain, Ohio. Beloved is an important novel in American literature because it touches upon very important themes. It touches upon the trauma behind slavery and racism. Set post-slavery, Seth lives in 124 Bluestone with her daughter Denver. They are both isolated because they are haunted by Seth's baby Beloved. Seth kills Beloved so that she wouldn't have to suffer the tortures of slavery, being beaten, raped, or dehumanized. Paul D., an ex-slave and old friend of Seth, moves in with Seth, Denver, and Beloved as he is forced to face his past. Beloved develops into human form and troubles the characters by forcing them to deal with their inner issues. So the main characters are Seth, Denver, and Paul D. They play the most important roles in the novel. Seth is the protagonist of the novel, and she is devoted to her children. She is an ex-slave, and she murders Beloved. She falls in love with Paul D. and has a tree full of scars on her back. All of these are very important aspects to her character, and it makes her the valuable character that she is. Next, we have Denver, which is Seth's youngest child. She's intelligent, she's introspective, she's sensitive, and she has a heart full of warmth and love. Most importantly, though, she is isolated, which is a theme we see throughout the novel. She's scared, and she helps get rid of Beloved after she befriends her, and then they get in a fight, and then she realizes that Beloved is toxic. Finally, we have Paul D. He is a very complicated character because it's very hard to depict his emotions. He clings to his tormented past, which is a very huge theme he carries throughout the novel. He comes to live with Seth in Denver out of the blue, and he has sex with Beloved, which is his most toxic trait in the novel, and a lot is uncovered through that action. And eventually he learns what love is as he battles with it throughout the whole novel as well. Finally, we have Paul D. He is a very complicated character because it's very hard to depict his emotions. He clings to his tormented past, which is a very huge theme he carries throughout the novel. He comes to live with Seth in Denver out of the blue, and he has sex with Beloved, which is his most toxic trait in the novel, and a lot is uncovered through that action. And eventually he learns what love is as he battles with it throughout the whole novel as well. Now, the setting is a very interesting one. The novel takes place at 124 Bluestone Road. It is the house where Denver, Seth, and Paul D. live at, and the one that Beloved is haunting and eventually comes to live in as well. It is described as 124 was spiteful, 124 was loud, 124 was quiet. A lot of ironies to describe this complicated house. Now, there are several themes that take place in this book, but the three most important ones that I picked out are men and masculinity, love, and family. We see men and masculinity mostly with Paul D, since he is the only man really in the novel that plays an important role. Paul D plays the role of a man with toxic masculinity and devalues the worth of Seth, Denver, and Beloved. He eventually does learn the value of each of these women and learns how to respect and appreciate them, but it isn't until he uncovers his toxic masculinity that he learns how to do that. Now, that basically covers all of the novel. Now I just want to share with you one of my favorite quotes from this book. 124 was spiteful, full of baby's venom, refers to the house and Beloved in the beginning of the novel. It's a great opener to get the audience curious about the setting. The next quote we have is, saying more might push them both to a place they couldn't get back from. He would keep the rest where it belonged, in that tobacco tin buried in his chest where a red heart used to be. Its lead rusted shut. This refers to the essence of Paul D's character, on how he was always stuck on his traumatic past and he wasn't able to open up to Seth. The last quote is, if you go there, you who was never there, if you go there and stand in the place where it was, it will happen again. It will be there waiting for you. Even though it's all over and done with, it's going to always be there waiting for you. I liked this quote because I think it refers to the way stories are told and how even though they are retold and retold, they're always going to be told differently, but they will always be told again and again. And that's a huge thing that we see in Beloved. Thank you, students. That concludes my writing lesson on literature. I hope you all enjoyed it and took some value from it.